go to a humanitarian now. For more on this, Stephen Ryan joins us from occupied East Jerusalem. He's a spokesperson for the International Committee of the Red Cross. Stephen, you're a humanitarian, but in order to do the work that you do, political decisions need to be made. Tell me what political decisions need to be made in order for you to help the people in need.
Well, certainly it's important to start by saying that the ICRC is ready to provide assistance to people in Gaza. We have a team present in the territory right now. Certainly they're under an awful lot of strain. But as you heard in earlier reports, there's a need to get humanitarian assistance and further personnel into Gaza in order to be able to meet the massive humanitarian needs that's growing by the hour. This will require states and other actors to find solutions to enable safe access for us, the ICRC, a neutral, impartial organisation that focused on providing assistance to people affected by conflict, as well as other actors, including the UN and NGOs. But from our point of view, right now, the situation is deteriorating extremely fast. Armed forces, armed actors, states have a responsibility to ensure that civilian populations are protected, to recognise that whether or not somebody is able to move from their home in order to flee fighting or not, they're still protected under international humanitarian law. And we are constantly reminding all parties that they have a duty to the people that are being affected by this conflict who are not part of this fight, to make sure that they have access to food, water, electricity, telecommunications, and to be able to remain safe with their loved ones. This is a situation that needs to be addressed immediately.
Is anybody listening right now?
Well, certainly the ICRC is in constant dialogue with the parties to this conflict, as well as to other actors of influence who might be able to remind these parties of their responsibilities. We are becoming more concerned by the hour. Hospitals are running out of supplies and they're at risk of turning from hospitals into morgues if we don't get assistance in there now. Additionally, there isn't enough fuel. You see on your screens earlier the possibility of further fighting in the hours, days and weeks to come. And we're extremely concerned that, considering the dense population of the Gaza Strip, that should this type of fighting break out, the devastation will be immense, and the needs of civilians need to come first.
During my time in the occupied West Bank and in Gaza, I noticed that a lot of the staff of international aid organizations happen to be Palestinians in the West Bank or Palestinians in Gaza. How are your staff doing, those Palestinians who are currently embroiled in the situation?
Well, certainly I've been in touch on an ongoing basis with my colleagues in Gaza, and the situation they're facing is extremely difficult. We do have over 100 staff of the International Committee of the Red Cross present and working in Gaza. Some of those are international staff, but the majority are resident staff, residents of this place. I've spoken to them about the challenges that they're facing, the conditions that they have for their family, and it's overwhelming. People have an extremely difficult position that they're in, but they're still continuing in every way they possibly can to continue to provide any assistance that they can where they are.
Well, I hope the people who make the decisions that matter are listening. Stephen, I wish you all the best with your work. I wish all humanitarians the best with their work. It's no doubt a very difficult situation. Thank you so much for joining us from occupied East Jerusalem.